Hello and welcome to Sam Curtis's Time-Lapse. I wanted to create music to this time-lapse, which Luke Barnes had done. So first thing I wanted to do is find out when each of the cameras change. So here's one, so I added a marker there. Here's another one. I went to this tool by here, Time Warp, and I moved the bars up to where the marker was, see? So that'll give me 8 bars up to there. So that'll create a tempo track which will change to the pitches, as you can see just by here. So the next thing I did is I wanted to play a chord, nice gentle sort of piano-ish sort of dance thing over Cardiff. So I played these pianos. This is what it sounds like. What the chords I added was D major with a sharpened, seventh, thinking F over the top, F sharp. It changes it then to G major and then A. So that's for the chords. I used Pad Shop Impulse. It's a great thing. I changed it so that it wasn't really sustained or decayed with a sharp attack. The second one I used Massive Jungle Wood. It sounds like this. So the next thing I wanted to do is create drums. What I did is I quantized it to swing at 75%, so not quite all the way. This is what it sounds like. Make sure Q link's on and it'll solo all of the ones which I had. So the next thing I wanted to add, I wanted a low bass just to give it a little bit more grunt. This is what it sounds like. I used Omnisphere vinyl click bass, just because I like Omnisphere. I mixed the kick drum and the bass together. See, I found where the sweet spot of the kick drum was and lowered it down in the bass and lowered it for the snare as well. I also took away in the kick drum from 43 because that was where I found the bass was quite nice. And how I mixed the two together is I added a bit of side compression or side chaining. So what I did is I had a send on the kick drum, send into the bass compressor. I didn't want so much on the bass though, just because I wanted to actually hear it. So you just heard what it sounds like with the bass. next thing I wanted is to hear the high. I wanted to have a high bass as well, or just something to go with the bass. Give it a bit of layer in. So I used Alchemy's 3 oscillator stack and moved it over to 8 just because it changes the sound. So this is what it sounds like with the bass. Sounds nice. So then I added this rhythmic section just because I wanted it to change a little bit on that bit. I used fields in Alchemy, nothing really much to do with that, but see, it just gives it. So to put that then with the video. There's a scene coming up of Roth Park where it changes then to fields. I wanted it to change in the music style there. So what I did is I created a chord track in Cubase. It's quite easy to do. You go over here, you press right on the mouse and you add a chord track. You can add your own chords then to it. It can help you generate chords as well, chords assistance. Yeah, or you can create your own ones. So what I wanted to do is go from D to A. I wanted it to follow the bass line as well, with it going from D, C sharp, C, B, and then A. So I wanted it to follow that, and I wanted the chords to follow that as well. It gave me this option here of doing D, F augmented, D diminished, B minor, and then A. I wanted sort of a dancey sort of synth to come in just by here because the scene was changing from afternoon, is going into evening and then night. And that's how it sounds. What I did is I had a bit of filtering on the synth just to give it that low to high, and I also had a bit of panning on so that it would follow the camera. As you can see, it's going from right to left on the screen. It's turning afternoon and it's going to evening and then night. It goes night after that. So I wanted it to go to a sort of more of a dancey sort of feel. So I added this leads in just to give it sort of its changing sort of feel. I wanted the drums to go to more of a dancey sort of kicky, you know. That's what it sounds like. See, I added a filter in again into the synth. And this is what it sounds like with all of it. As you can see, I took the synth out, the dancey sort of synth, and brought the other chords back in again. I thought it was quite a good effect.